Galaxy Girl, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about a very serious topic. I'm going to be talking about the Lia Marie Johnson situation, and I'm just going to get right into it. I feel like this is a very important topic, and I've seen a lot of videos on this, so I'm going to try to cover things that haven't really been touched on and stuff, and information that I haven't seen out there as much. So let's just get right into it. So if you guys don't know who Lia Marie Johnson is, she was a big part of the Fine Bros React channel, as well as having her own channel with almost 2 million subscribers. She has an incredible voice. She released a song called DNA 2 years ago, which did very well, and she was just like a very promising like child star YouTuber and stuff. Like, she was in a movie with Cameron Dallas. She did a lot of stuff, and like it seemed like she was really headed into like a big bright future. And in this video I'm going to be addressing the breakdown that she's had recently and the allegations of the drugs. And I don't really want to put in those videos of her like having her super intense like breakdown moments, because I feel like that's kind of disrespectful, and there's a lot of videos already out there. But I am going to show a couple of clips just showing her like mannerisms and stuff, just to give you guys an idea of why everyone is so concerned. But I'm going to avoid putting in like the big freak out parts and stuff, because honestly when I saw that video, like I found out about the situation like in the middle of the night, and I did a bunch of digging, and it was so like disturbing to me that I literally stayed up till like 5 a.m. I couldn't sleep because I was just so impacted by the situation. And I've seen people deal with addiction. I've dealt with addiction, maybe not like on a serious level like that with, you know, harder drugs and stuff, but like I know how it feels. And in this video I kind of want to like talk about the people in her life, because there's a lot of people saying like, oh, you know, she moved to San Diego and then all these people around her dragged her into these situations. And as much as like some of those things might be true, there's also been moments where her friends spoke out and talked about the situation, and her ex spoke out, and that's kind of what I want to focus on, because like I feel like she is in a very dark place and she really needs help, and I hope that she gets it. And if she ever sees this video, yeah, like I just want you to know that we all love you, we all want you to get help. Like, no one is judging you. Like, I feel like everyone should understand that there are moments in people's lives that are very dark, and just because she has this platform, like that's the reason you guys are able to see all this. But I want you guys to remember that there are millions of people who deal with these same issues, and maybe even worse, who don't get that kind of like platform, which can be a good and a bad thing, because on one side, you know, you do open yourself up to a lot of criticism, but on the other hand you get like a wave of support. And in her last video live she posted, some people were speculating that she was headed to a hospital, so I hope that she has checked into a rehab. And I think that like all the support has really helped her kind of move into a place where she's like, okay, I should get help, you know. But I don't think that we should be tearing down the people around her. And one of the main things that I wanted to touch on, when I first saw the video, it was very sad to me. Like, I felt like my heart was breaking, and I'm just gonna play a little clip of a moment where I feel like she feels very scared, and I think this was like the most heartbreaking moment.
I just talked to my mom, but she's not my mom, but she's like my mom. And she says that I should just take a breath. Take a breath and say goodnight.
So I'm not gonna play more of this, because later in this clip she does have a little bit more of a breakdown. But as you can see from that little excerpt, like I feel like she was talking to her friend and she got really scared because of the effects of the drugs and how deeply it was like affecting her. Because like, as someone who's experimented before, again, not with hard drugs like in this situation, but like I know that sometimes you do something and you're like, this is way too intense and I don't want to feel this way. Like, even when you drink too much, you know, sometimes you drink too much and you're like, I don't want to feel this way anymore, you know. So it's like, I feel like in this moment she was feeling really scared and really alone, and I think that is actually why she stayed on live for 7 hours, because it's like, because sometimes you just feel so overwhelmed, like you need just someone there to make you think like, okay, I'm gonna get through this and it's gonna be okay. And this part really broke my heart, because like Sorry, I'm trying to like collect myself because honestly I'm very like deeply impacted by the situation because I feel like I can relate to her in certain ways, and I just feel so sad because I feel like her situation has gotten to a point where her friends feel like they can't help her, and I genuinely just hope that there is someone in her life who can help her get the help that she needs, because she has cut ties with her family and that is a very like tough situation. But I'm just going to read a little Instagram story from her friend because this girl has gotten a lot of hate recently, and I don't think that that is right, because I understand that Lia needs help and I hope that there is someone to help her. But at the same time, like, sometimes when you are in very close contact with someone who is very self-destructive and needs help but they're not willing to get it, it can be really draining, and it can be very like, it can impact you just very deeply because you really want to help this person, you love this person, you care about them, but you just can't force them to make themselves better. Like, you can't force them to get the help that they need. And so I just really wanted to bring light to this and say that I don't think that we should be blaming the people around her, especially the people that have tried to help her and stuff. And like, I just feel like a person that she's still in contact with in her life, who's kind of more of like an authority figure, should try to tell her like, hey, we need to take you to rehab and stuff. But I also don't think that the people who can no longer put themselves in her life to try to help her should be blamed for it, because as sad as that is, sometimes someone can just be so destructive that being around them and trying to help them can just deteriorate a person, and it's not fair to like send them hate. So I'm gonna read two posts from Earth Girl, and you guys might have seen this already, but there's actually two posts, and I haven't seen a lot of people cover the second post that she made. So the first post that she made was the first time that she responded to the live, and she said, I've gotten a flood of DMs. Thank you for caring about my best friend. I'm going to take this opportunity to share how important it is to not judge anyone, especially people with a large following. You don't know their life personally, you only see a snippet of what someone goes through. Social media is very calculated. People show you what they want you to see. I wish this could all make sense to everyone, but I ask that you please just stop spreading hate. The world needs more love, and if you see someone struggling, why tear them down even more? I love Lia with all my heart. It's not my place to speak on her behalf. However, it is very overwhelming with all your messages, and especially people saying I'm doing nothing to fix the situation. We're all doing our very best. Think twice before you spam people with hate comments. People kill themselves over this shit every day, and I'm fucking tired of seeing so much hate online. So if you're unhappy with what you see, block it or get off your damn phone. Please, #love more. And I think this is very important because I feel like sending hate to the people that are close to her and that have tried to help her, and I think this is very important because I think that sending hate to people around her who have tried to help her is the wrong thing to do, because you don't know what their relationship is like or what they have been through with this particular person. And I think that it is so much worse to do what like people have been doing and sending hate and just trying to like get help for Lia, but in a very negative way. I think that's the wrong way to handle the situation. And I think this is what kind of led to her next post, where she said, I am no longer in contact with Lia. As always, I wish her the best. Please stop spamming me with comments, messages, and questions. I've chosen to step back from the situation and distance myself. I've done what I can and realize I cannot be responsible for another person's life. Please do not question me and leave me alone unless you want to spread love plus positivity. So I think that all the hate that people were sending was getting very overwhelming, because Lia does have over 1 million followers and there are a lot of people who care about her, but some people went about it the completely wrong way and kind of pushed away the people in her life that did want to help her. And I feel like that is a mixture of them trying to help her over and over again and failing, but also people sending all this negativity. And I think that the best thing to do in this situation is to just spread love and not hate, and just put more positive energy out there and encourage her friends to help her in a positive way. I don't think that, and I don't think I should have to say this, but clearly I do, because there's a lot of fucking assholes on the internet. You guys should not be making fun of Lia. Like, that is why I refuse to put her like breakdown moments on here, because I understand that she's in a very low point in her life, and it is not fair to her in her recovery process to put that out there. Like, there's enough clips of that shit out there, and I think that if you as a person find the situation funny in any way or want to judge her, I think you're a fucking vile person. Because as much as people make decisions, sometimes the way that addiction works, you can no longer control like how you react to certain things. Like sometimes when the addiction is very strong, you feel like that's your only escape, especially when you're losing your friends, your family. Like her boyfriend broke up with her. And another thing, this is gonna be my next point, people have been sending a lot of hate to her ex as well, and saying that, oh, he got her into it, he enabled her. And the thing is, the fact of the matter, no matter what the situation is, we don't know the full story. It is not right to send hate to people in her life. Like, the only way to respond to the situation, whether it's to her friends, to her ex, to her family, is to approach it with love and positivity, because I think that is the only thing that will truly help her get through this and survive this horrible addiction situation. And I just want to read a comment that her ex made about the whole situation, because when I read this, I was like, this is really sad, and I think that it is very wrong for people to be coming for him in this way. So I'm gonna put it on the screen and I'm gonna read it out loud for you guys, because this shit fucking broke my heart. A girl commented and said, what he did was take a sweet girl and turn her into something she isn't. That boy, he is no man, don't deserve her in any way. Lucky she gave him the time that she did, but I'm sure because of the drugs that she'll continue to go back to him because he'll manipulate her some more and thinking that's love. And that's people assuming a certain thing about their relationship. Like, we don't know the situation at all. You know what I mean? You can't judge someone just based on what you see on the internet, and you definitely can't make a whole narrative of a story based on that. So he responded to this girl and he said, first off, shorty, you don't know nothing about me or her. I've been her friend since high school, and I've always been there for her in the best and worst of times. I've done everything I could to help her and better her mentally, spiritually, and physically. She came to me in a worse condition, and I've been the one to take on her destructive habits and given her a plethora of chances to do better and ample time to heal. I've walked hand in hand through some of her darkest times. The sad thing is, nobody cares for this woman as much as I do. I've given her everything I had to give and have risked my life, job, and friends for her well-being. I can no longer put her happiness before mine. I've always tried to help that woman in every way, but you can't help someone who doesn't admit to their problems or who doesn't want to help themselves. I love her unconditionally, and I always have and will. Please don't speak on me when you don't know the truth. And he said, and another thing, she has her own drug and alcohol problem. I always advocate moderation. I don't use drugs, only weed and sip juice once in a while. So he's pretty much saying that he has been there for her, and there have been situations that the internet has not seen where she's been in a worse state, and he's been the one to help her. And he also says that he doesn't do the drugs that people have alleged that she's doing. And I don't even want to speak on that in itself, because I know what it looks like, and I think that the speculations could be correct. But if it's not true, if it's something else, I don't want to put that negative stigma on her, so I'm not going to mention that. But what he's saying is, sometimes, just like her friend, it's so difficult to help someone who doesn't want to be helped. Like, you can do everything for someone, you can love them, you can give them support, you can give them time, you can give them resources to help themselves, but until they make that decision and say, hey, I want to change my life, it is impossible to help that person. It just is. And like, that's the sad fact of the situation. And I think that, and that's the reason that I say all we should be doing is sending positivity to Lia to encourage her to want to change. Like, we should be sending her this positive, good energy to tell her, hey, we love you, we care about you, please care enough about yourself to want to make these changes. Like, and there was one more thing that I wanted to mention, and that is one of her alleged friends DM'd someone and said that she may be suffering from schizophrenia, and I don't know if that is the truth or that's the case. Whatever her situation is, and that's the main reason that I don't want to say that she's doing a certain drug or doing this and that, because maybe it is a mental health issue and it could just be fueled by like alcohol or weed or just something a lot more less extreme, you know? So whatever it is, the main point is that we all want Lia to be better. We all want her to recover. We all want her to fight through this. And more than anything, we should be sending her this positivity to let her know that there is a reason to live. There is a reason to recover. There is a reason to continue on. And like, just stop hate. Just stop the hate. And not even just for this situation, but any situation. Anytime that you see someone go through something terrible, the last thing that you should do is tear them down. Like, in any situation, hate is not the answer. And any person who spreads hate is so unhappy with themselves that they have to put that on other people. Like, that is the only reason I could think of to be a nasty fucking person. The last post that Lia made on her Instagram was a picture of her, and it says, accept, forgive, and recover. And I hope that this means that she is getting the help that she needs. I hope that this means that she's getting checked into a rehab or just a medical facility that can help her stabilize herself, you know. And Lia, we just all love you. We believe in you. We know that you're gonna get through this. I'm gonna pray for you tonight, and anyone who is religious should pray for her. And if you're not religious, just put that good energy out into the universe for her, because she deserves it. And never forget that this is one person, and there are millions of people dealing with these same issues that we don't get to see. There are millions of people that we can't help because we don't know. So what you should be doing is you should be checking in on your friends. If you see your friend going down a destructive path, please get them the help they need. Like, even go to their parents. I know it like makes you look crazy and like, oh, why would you do that to me? Why would you go to my parents? But when you see someone going down a path that could ruin their life, please do something. Because not everyone has a huge platform to get help. Not everyone has a huge platform to have like thousands of people tell you, hey, help this person. You know, not everyone has that. And like, it could be a good and a bad thing, that kind of platform, because there has been a lot of hate. But what I'm saying is check in on the people in your life, on their mental health, on their physical health, on their, like, if you see something with someone, don't ignore it. Don't normalize bad behavior for people. Like, be that good friend, even if it makes you the not cool friend. Like, do what's right for their well-being, not what's like gonna gratify them in that moment. And I think that's a good place to end this video. Hope you guys, if you guys take anything away from this, is just be more positive and be more understanding towards people's issues and towards people's struggles, because everyone goes through stuff, and it is so unfair to kick someone when they're down. Like, I don't know, there has been a lot of positive, like, I'm tearing up because I think it is so sad that when she does recover and when she does get through this, there will be videos out there, and that will be on the internet. Like, I hope that she never has to come across that, and like, just stop it. Just stop it. Just stop spreading that hate. Just stop it. Like, please. It's just so unnecessary, and it's never gonna bring anything good into your life. Like, you get back from the universe what you put out there. When you put out good energy, you're gonna get good things. When you put out bad energy, you're gonna get bad things. So please, just be positive for the people around you and for yourself. Love yourself. Love your people. Just love. Let's not be fucking haters. Alright guys, that is it for this video. If you enjoyed, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up, as well as subscribing. I know this is not the kind of video that I would usually make, but let me know if there's anything else that you guys want me to talk about. I'm open to new video ideas. I have been struggling a little bit, like, with my depression and with just being able to put out videos and stuff. So I'm working really hard. I'm trying really hard. So please give me some ideas, some feedback, and I'll see you in my next video.